Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakrito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Only by operating a means of knowledge, you know whether it works or not. Like only by using your eyes, you know whether the eyes work or not, whether they see or not. And so to here, if this Vedanta Shastra is an independent means of knowledge, being a part of the Veda, then whether it works, you have to employ it and see. So the question here is how to employ this. So it is in the form of words. Now, unless I know what is being written there, unless I know, I can't understand that. And being in the form of words, I need to know already those words in order to know what is written. As long as what is written is within the scope of the various means of knowledge, such as perception, inference, then we can always add something, remove something, create new forms, etc., and thereby you can come to know what is not yet known. Like a word. See, you know what is a mountain, you know what is a valley, you know what flowers are, what trees are, what a river is, what a brook is, what green is, what a rose is. No, with these words, you can create a new place, really. By description. So you can create a new place, a place that is unique. So that you can create. But each one single word is known to you. So this is how you proceed in any discipline of knowledge. From the known, then the whatever that is not yet known is made known. Now here, the known is not going to help you. What is already known, things that are discrete and finite. So these things, words, words which are nouns, nominal words, verbal words, and attributes, etc., all these are not going to help me understand something which is you say limitless, infinite and all that. How the words are going to? Infinite, the word doesn't really mean anything. I only know that it is not finite, that's all. How do I understand that? So this question comes then. Then we say, these words need to be employed. One, the reader cannot employ. Therefore, they are to be handled, employed by someone who knows those words. Then who is that person? That person is what? Some heavenly fellow? He is also a person like me. If he or she can do this, then I can also do this. That should be your attitude. If one can do this, I can also do this. Then therefore it is available for somebody to do it. A lesser person is not able to do, but perhaps a more informed person can do means what? It is available for anybody doing. Then we say, no. That person was blessed by another person employing these words. You can understand now. Then who is the original employer? This original employer is what we say Dakshinamurti, Ishvaraha. We end up with Ishvara. We do not know who, but it works now, okay? It works in the sense there is a tradition where, so the tradition that helps one understand the words being employed by another. Therefore, here there is a parampara. A parampara means a teacher employs the words, knowing the limitation of words, and then the words are employed. If one doesn't know the limitation of words, then it will be descriptive. So infinite, supreme, immortal is not descriptive, understand? And in Sanskrit words doesn't mean Satchidananda, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Satya, Swabhava, and all that. It is not anything descriptive here. And therefore, so it will end up descriptive, and that means nothing is understood, understand? Therefore, there is a certain methodology, as we will see, of unfolding this, and therefore Shruti has to be handled. Shruti means this teaching has to be handled by a teacher. And thus Arjuna has a teacher, correct now? And therefore, so a certain any knowledge of anything is denied to you because, number one, that there is no means of knowledge. Or, so you are not, the object is not within the scope of your means of knowledge. So, so it is something that is too complex for me to understand. There are the three. One is, I am ignorant of this object, whatever it is, but I have no means of knowledge. Like, suppose I have to see a certain constellation, but which is visible only for a telescope, like even a planet like Neptune or Uranus, they say Pluto. So these things are not visible for naked eyes. And so you require, for want of a telescope, these are not seen. Want of a means of knowledge, really speaking. Want of an adequate means of knowledge. So an adequate means of knowledge is not there, and therefore you don't see their existence. Therefore, all our Indian horoscopes don't include Pluto, Uranus and Neptune. Oh, that means, so that is Indian horoscopes, Indian astrology is limited. But, it's a model. 9 is enough. What they have got 9, that's enough. Don't worry. The 9 is enough, and after all, if 9 what they do, the other, they also adjust themselves wherever they are. This is enough. The astrology, of course, is less than 3 of this. In the planets that we see, 3 of them are not known to us. It's all naked eye. The patterns are the same, and therefore there will be no loss there at all. And therefore, for want of an adequate means of knowledge, you don't see. Or, so this object is not there, therefore I don't see. I got adequate means of knowledge if it is within the scope of my knowledge. Like even an object that you have to go there, what is behind me? So what is behind me I cannot see now. Why I cannot see? Why? Because it is all covered here. You have to go that way, and then it is there, we can see. This is another. And then that means all the alignment has not taken place. Between the object and the subject, the alignment through the means of knowledge has not taken place, adequacy is not there. And or we can say, the object is something, is so profound, object means it becomes a subject matter. It becomes a profound subject matter. I don't have a certain infrastructure called eligibility, qualification. So that is missing. And therefore, so the teacher may be available, teaching may be available, like for calculus, teaching is available. And I am there, of course I want to know, but then nothing happens, no firing takes place. Even though, so the teacher, lecturer in mathematics, he goes on and on and on, but nothing happens here. Why? Not because I am incapable of knowing. I need to prepare myself to that point from where I can know. And therefore, for again, lack of means of knowledge only. Again, inadequate means of knowledge. It will cover everything. And therefore, there again, the lack of preparedness on my part denies me the knowledge. Whatever is the reason, these are the few reasons that are there, knowledge is denied. Now here, so what is lacking in having self-knowledge? The self is available, is not away, correct? We are talking about you only. We are not talking about another you. Please understand. This is another problem. They will put one self, S capital, and then another self, small capital. S small, small, S small self. There is another self. This is Paratma. This is Jivatma. The Jivatma should know the Paratma. This is Bankam. This is not the truth here. There is only one self. Understand? There is no second self. There is only one self. But this is not the real self. If it is not the real self, then what? What happened to the real self? The real self is what? Is substituted by the wrong self. No. It is not substituted. The real self is taken for the self that you know. Correct? The real self, whatever that self is taken for the self that you know. So what is the self that you know? Let us say, I am a doer, I am an experiencer, enjoyer, doer, and certain other things that you know about yourself. The limitations, smallness, and so on, all these you know about the self. And this is you. So this self, with all these limitations, this self is nothing but the same self which is to be understood, which is the self that is talked about by Vedanta. Vedanta tells, hey, you are the one who is thinking that I am small, etc., is Brahman. That is what Vedanta says. This fellow says, no, I don't think so. That is why the problem. You don't think so. And therefore, it's not a matter for thought, it's a matter for knowing. And this is what you are. iti, the self is not unavailable. Correct? It is always available. So time or place are not the separating factor for this self to be understood, because that being the self being, to be understood self being myself, the one who wants to understand. The seeker and the sought are one and the same. If this is so, you can never plead that I am not available. What is to be known is not available, you cannot say. More of which we'll see later. Then what is it that denies me? For want of a means of knowledge. Oh, that is true. That is true. Because my inference is useless. Of course, perception is useless. Inference is useless. And therefore, so what is it? Because Jnatuhu Atma, the knower's Swarupa, the Swarupa, the truth of the knower is the cause of everything. Brahman, the cause of everything is important. Not silence, consciousness and all that, that's not going to work. So the cause of everything, Brahman, is you. Then only it is complete. And therefore the cause of everything being Brahman, and that is you. I don't know. And this has to be the subject matter of the teaching. The teaching is Vedanta. What is to be known, that is the pramana, means of knowledge. What is to be known, myself. The self is available. And the teaching is in the form of words to be wielded by a teacher, and who knows what he is or she is talking. And that means teacher teaching available. The self to be known is available. Knowledge should take place. Like your eyes are available. Swami is sitting here. Sight takes place. Similarly, knowledge should take place. One fellow says, I have listened to the best of teachers. Then nothing happens. Nothing has happened. These are all just words. Nothing has happened. No, nothing has happened is a fact. I accept that fact. When you yourself say nothing has happened, then I don't say that that is untrue. I say nothing has happened, okay, nothing has happened. Because you are looking for a happening, that's why the problem. But anyway, so nothing has happened. So a lot of us have got this funny idea of this sudden enlightenment, because we have heard about the Buddha sitting under the tree. And you want sudden enlightenment, something to happen. And this fellow went and sat under the tree. Something had happened. What? The birds dropped on him. Who says nothing happened? Something always happens, So, that is the happening. Yeah, you cannot be a happening. You are not an event. You are already a happened person, okay? So you are already there. So there is no question of any happening here. Nothing rolls away just like that. And therefore, so the problem is one of understanding and clarity and growing clarity. And naturally, therefore, so this is due to the infrastructure. The self itself has no problem. And the one who has to know, that person has to know through the mind, etc. So it must be reinforced. The person must be ready for it. And therefore, that seems to be the problem. And therefore, so there is a Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra, both of them, the preparation, what makes the person ready for it, and thus the whole life becomes the means for it. The way of living, your attitudes, all these constitute the very what you call preparation. And whatever that is not known comes to be known, or what is known, not known, becomes more and more clear in life. So this is what the Gita proposes here, and this is the teaching. What is the teaching now? The teaching here, let us first start with one thing. When we start, we say, we have these two things. One is myself, the subject. The other is everything else I objectify. That's all. Dau hi padartau. Pada means word. Padyate anena iti padam, word, by which you understand something, is a word. Flower is a word, by which you understand an object, flower. So padyate jnayate anena iti padam. This is the pada. Padam also an end to be achieved also. Padyate gamyate iti padam. That which is reached. An end is also called padam. Now, this padam, padartha, padasya vishaya is called padartha. Padasya arthaha. We say meaning of the word. It's not the meaning of the word. Meaning of the word is okay, but really the object revealed by the word. The object for which this is a word sound symbol. And the sound symbol is that is the word. So flower, when you say with its own spelling, flower, then because the flower has got another, F-L-O-U-R also is there, flower. And there is not much difference in Indian mouth, both are the same. Floor and flower. Then floor is there, F-L-O-O-R. Then F-L-O-U-R. Then F-L-O-W-E-R. We don't know what it is all about. All of them floor, floor, floor. And so what shall we do? This one, therefore, is a flower. Then no problem. Flower. So clean, we understand very well. Indians have to read these words separately in their own way. Then only they feel at home. Flower. Floor. In fact, it should be red floor, but the floor. Floor. It should be floor. Floor. Because double O is there. So floor. Why otherwise? Why this double O? Tell me. When you say bloom, double O is there. Room, double O is there. Noon, double O is there. Soon, double O is there. All double O is there. Then what? Now, floor, double O is there. No, it's floor. What is the other one? F-L-O-U-R. How do you say that? How do you say that? Huh? Flower. Then what is the other one? I give up. So of different spelling, okay? So words of different spelling reveal different objects. And these different objects are not words, understand? They are objects. But these words are arbitrary symbols. Sound symbols, certain group of syllables mean this object. Let us decide. You and I, both of us decide. Let us call it flower. Afterwards, we can use the word flower, correct? So that's how it is, sign language also. Let us both decide to use this particular sign for this meaning. Then we can use sign language. We used to talk, in India we used to talk this Anything that is there, it is another way. Another way. Kumam rakoti chavalam kambum kallayate rigim. What are you talking? It is a clean, it has got its own grammar, it is a different language. And we used to talk fast also. And there was one fellow who used to talk very fast. It would be very difficult to cope up with that fellow. He used to talk to me like that. So we change mukam karoti vachalam. The second letter is, second syllable is put in the first place. Mukam kumam karoti rakoti vachalam chavalam pangum kambum langayate gallayate. There is a rule, grammar rule. Gallayate girim rigim. How beautiful. And what I say, this is a symbol. You decide. Then it gives the meaning. We have to know about these words. They are not anything big. They're all arbitrary decisions. Because of so many years of use and abuse and disuse and all that, some words are. Sanskrit is a little more, being classical, it's a little more, so more explainable, available for some explanation why the word has come in this particular form. You can explain, up to a point you can explain. Afterwards again arbitrary. All languages are arbitrary. Arbitrary decisions. Let this word mean this. That's it. So this is padam. Then these padas, you can put it this way. There are so many padas, so many words are there, so many objects are there. But we can bring them all under two words, two padas. Two padas. Pada means, as I told you, a word. Two words. What are they? I, everything else. Everything else is what? Not I. Atma, anatmano. Drik, drishyau. Bauhi, padarthau. Malum ho gaya? Subject and object. The subject, object, more than that is better. I and not I. That's a better expression. I, by the word I reveal something. I. Then not I. You don't say I. To say that, to say that you must be a jnani, I must be a jnani. Both. This is also I, this is also I. If I say this to an ajnani, they will think I am mad. Therefore, two jnanis should talk. Even then, this is also I. Then I use the word this also. This also is I, but from a point of view. It's very clear, because you use the word this as an object. This for an object. Therefore, understand, Dauhi padartha, known or unknown, Dauhi padartha, Atma anatmanav. Subject and object. In other words, I and not I. Problem here is, what is not I? What is the problem? Everything is not I. Sun is not I, star is not I, everything not I, not I, not I, time is not I. Time is not I. Space is not I. But when you say, I am 50-year-old, then you are time, okay? I am is 50 years. I am 50 years. Means what? I am time. But then you say time is not I. Okay, then there is a confusion. We will come to the confusion later. It is not I. So space is not I, time is not I, stars are not I, everything is not I. Jupiter, Shani, everybody is not I. That is the problem. If Shani is myself, I won't be affected by Shani. Shani is not I, therefore Shani, Saturn is affecting me. Saturn is not I. Everything, heaven is what? Not I. Hell is not I if there is one. Everything is not I. And in heaven, suppose God is sitting there, he will be what? Like Texas uncle? Not I. Why Texas? Because he's a tycoon. God. That's for. But still not I, understand? So God becomes not I. What is the special qualification, special feature of a not I? When you think of it, it is in your mind. When you don't think of it, it is out of sight, out of mind. Correct? Out of mind, out of sight. Out of mind, out of sight. Therefore, even God, like an uncle, has to wait for getting loaded in my thought. If he gets loaded in my thought, God is. Then I think of something else, God is gone. Becomes another object, correct? This is your God. Popular God. They think he's a decent God. And he is in heaven. Then I asked him if he is in heaven, it's a he, number one problem. Number two is he is in heaven, that is another problem. Texas uncle. Then the third is he is formless. I ask him if he is there, then how does he look? No, he has no form. Then just imagine a formless God needs a location called heaven to live there. You know. I thought something which has got a form needs a location. You know. This needs a location. So it is here, or it is here, or it is here, or it is here. So this needs a location. But space needs a location. This is only in Arab country, this kind of concepts can emanate. Nowhere else it can happen. And because nobody can accept this, formless needs a location. This is something very peculiar. Very peculiar to me. Unless you give some other explanation for the location. The heaven should be given some other explanation. If you say it is non-location, you already come very near me. Then better let it be Vedanta because we teach better. That's what I say. If it's a location, then you had it. All humbug, I've been reading some pages, all words just, they create some kind of a false what you call status by using some words. Witness. Some witness. So just deception, all deceiving words. Anyway, there's also drishya. What I say is anatma. God becomes anatma. If that is God, that is anatma, not I. Everything is not I. Therefore, where does the I stop? So that I can understand the beginning place of not I. Correct? Not I must begin somewhere. It doesn't begin there. Where the I stops, there I should start. So what is the starting point of not I? Generally, what we generally say, the not I is where the line, what is the line? The line is where my body is. This is a very peculiar carving out of I. It's a real carving out of the not I. Surrounds me, back not I, upper not I, left not I, right not I, front not I. Then what is not? What is I? You understand now? Front to what? Back to what? You understand? So back not I, which is back. Back to my back, okay? Back to my back is not I. In fact, front to my back is not I. Front to my, this body is not I. Left to my left side is not I. Right to my right side is not I. Above my head is not I. Therefore, it's a carving out. There is no line involved here. It is a three-dimensional. It is a carving out. And therefore, this is I. Who is this I? You understand this physical body is I. And this is, the problem is, what becomes not I? Now, this is not I, I move, this is I. Let us say this is I. This is the head, this is the feet, this is the whole body, this is I. Okay. This I is moving, then what happens? This not I so far becomes I. Becomes I. Becomes I. Becomes I. Becomes I. What is this? What is this? Who asked this question? Nobody asked this question. It's all normal. So our problem is not asking proper questions, correct? Sometimes we ask questions, all wrong questions at wrong places, and then get a local anesthesia. And so you don't think about it afterwards, because you never got answers, therefore locally anesthetized. When it comes to religion, that area is anesthetized. I put my hand here somewhere, I don't know why. So maybe here or here, but this first came. Must be there, you better do research there in the brain. Something there, nothing works. It's called local anesthesia. So not I becomes I. The another unfortunate thing is, this is I. Okay, this is the body, this is I. And then it moves. Then what happens? The not I becomes I. Then I becomes not I. This is another problem. ఏమిటి ఇది? ఇది ఏమిటి? Understand? So there seems to be some confusion, okay? There seems to be some confusion in drawing this line. Vedanta begins here. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetramit abidhiyate. 13th chapter. We have gone to the 13th chapter. My freedom is I can go anywhere, Tattvavidananda doesn't have that freedom. So I can go all over. So, idam shariram kaunteya kshetramit abidhiyate. This sharira, this physical body is kshetra. Oh, what about this? That is already kshetram, you know. Correct? Already kshetram, you know. We need not say. I need not tell everybody the tree is not you. Unless I want to tell something else. Suppose I want to tell him, don't behave like a tree. And so, and therefore, what I say, when you want to say, don't stand like a tree, then only I say, you are not tree. Means do something, move. Do something. And therefore, so this is that you don't say, you are not tree is not you, that is not you. It's all known to all of us. Everybody knows this. If somebody thinks that something else is himself, like our friend yesterday who said, he said this brother is thinking that he's a chicken. So that's a special case. We need not bother about that. So this is known to everybody. Therefore, we need not say that is all already kshetram. Krishna says, idam shariram. So I am sure Krishna must have told this one, like this, his own body. He should have said, idam shariram. So idam shariram means what? Idam means this. Shariram, this physical body. Kaunteya, Kunti Putra Arjuna. See, this is another thing you have to know. So Partha, Kaunteya, all these words are after mother. O son of Kunti, O son of Pritha, both are same mother's name. Partha, Kunti, not always Pandava, Pandu's son. Sometimes father's son also, sometimes mother's son. So it's all clean. We don't need any lib in our culture. Okay? It's already lib is there. Pandava, is all patriarchal. Always Pandava, Pandu's son. What about mother? You know, this is a frustrated woman, always creates this problem. So, Pandava. There's a Kaunteya is there. It's no problem. Kaunteya, Partha. In fact, there are more Kaunteya than Pandava in the Gita. So both ways are okay. So mother, so there is mother's son is there, there is father's son is there. Just by the way, that has nothing to do here. Kaunteya. Arjuna, look, this shariram is kshetram. It's a method of teaching. Idam shariram is kshetram. Everything else is kshetra means an object. An object of your experience is the kshetra. It's a field of experience, means object of experience, kshetra. This is also kshetra. Idam shari. Why? Because you look at it, you objectify this. It is an object of your perception, sometimes of your inference. You don't see your back, but you have the sensation, and therefore there is back, and you can touch it also. By sensation of touch, you know that the back is there. It's not a problem. It's not that unless back pain comes, you don't know there's a back. There's a back. You are not always aware of it. Understand? There is a back. It is available for your perception. Whole body is available for your perception. That there is a prana, etc. also is available for your some kind of anubhava and some kind of inference. That you have a mind is also available for your perception. The mind of thoughts is available for perception. And the thoughts themselves are of different types, available for perception. Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Shamshaya, doubt, perception available. With direct perception, Sakshi perception. Then there is Nischaya, conclusion. That kind of resolved thought also is available for perception. Emotion, available for perception. Memory, available for your knowledge that I have these memories. Then you can recall also and then have recollection, available for perception. And the I don't know, things that you know that these things I know. Things that I don't know, I know I do not know. Even ignorance is available for my appreciation. Sakshi is available for appreciation, my understanding that I do not know this. Therefore now you can understand what is kshetra. What is kshetra? What is kshetra? Ignorance is I or not I? I or not I? not I. Available for my appreciation. Memory, not I. Emotion, not I. And prana is not I. Any object of knowledge, not I. And the space, time, everything is not I. Your body is not I. Liver and so on is not I. Everything is not I. Think of this now. So none of them is I. That's why my liver, understand? My kidneys, because there are two. My kidneys, my heart, my lungs, my left brain, my right brain, because you are in America, you have to remember all these things. Left brain, they say, his left is no good. This is another problem. His right is okay, but left is no good. So no further choice of making choices, further basis you have got. He's too lefty. Means he's too intellectual, too cerebral, no emotion at all. And emotion is there. Oh, he's too emotional. He always problem. Therefore, there is nothing. That side, left side is empty. There is a new way of talking, Left side is empty. So it becomes real. By saying all these things, you make things very real. It's not like that. That's why I'm allergic to all these kind of expressions. Anyway, so left is not self, kshetra. Right brain, not self, kshetra. Everything else, not self, kshetra. Then who are you? I. What is this I? One who objectifies everything. Wow. This reveals something very, very big. What big? Big is, there is only one I in the world. There is no second I. Yeah. True. Everything else is not I. Anything you objectify is not I. There is only one I. And that is me. Correct? You have to say that. That's me. So this is something very big. I am big. Why I am big? In fact, you are very lonely. Why? Because there is no second I at all. Already I was lonely. Now I come to you and you say there is only one I. There is nobody. There is no second I. Lonely only when too many people are there and you feel you are isolated from all of them, and that is because you don't join any of them. That is all the fellows who feel isolated are the people who are antisocial. So they don't socialize. They are not free. Then they say, nobody is free with me. This is what they say. How can anybody be free unless you are free? Nobody free. Everybody is afraid to talk even. And therefore what I say, there is no such thing loneliness. Loneliness is possible only when similar entities are there. Then you feel you are not understood, that you are not wanted and all that, then you are lonely. That's okay. Okay means that's what the truth is. But then when you are the only one available like yourself, there is no loneliness. There is no loneliness. Vedanta goes one step further. There is only one I, and this not I told you, I tell you, now I tell you, this not I also is I. What? This not I also is I. Then what is this not I? Everything is I. Why? Because I have to say not I, because I is not I. Now Vedanta begins. Why? Because I don't understand. And therefore, so Vedanta begins now. Not I is I, but I is not I. How? It doesn't take any great buddhi for it, understand? We don't require an imported buddhi, understand? Your local buddhi is enough. So this, your buddhi, whatever that you have, is good enough. So just let us take a very common, simple example. My good old pot is here. Hey, really, this is a crack pot, really. So there is a crack here, but then that is not the part of the example, okay? So assume that this is a pot. That is useful to me sometimes. But now it's a pot, that's all. This is a pot. Now this pot is clay, correct? Pot is clay. But I want you to tell me whether clay is pot. No. Therefore, how many is here? There are two fellows are here, pot and clay. No, pot is clay. Therefore, there is no second thing. Pot is clay, but clay is not pot. Therefore what? Therefore, if I have one more pot, how many pots I have? How many? 2 pots. But how many clay I have? Don't say 2. You remember what I do? When you say 2, I will say 3. That's all. Enna? Puriyadilla? I will say 3. There is only one clay. There is only one clay. This is what Vedanta says. This is something very big. From this, what do we understand? Let us go this way. Just quickly, one thing. Flower is because it is evident to you. You cannot say is unless it is evident to you. Flower is because I see. I see means what? Evident to you. It is evident to you. It's an object of your consciousness. It is evident to you. Swami is evident to you. Sun is evident to you. Cloud is evident to you. Above the cloud is the sun. You know it is evident to you. A tree is evident to you. This curtain is evident to you. Now, a few more questions I am going to ask. Do you have a body or not? You have to say, body is. Is there a body or not? Your body, what you call your body. Is there or not? Yes. Evident to you. Are you hungry or not? Either way. Hungry, hunger evident to you. Not hungry means absence of hunger evident to you. What do you think? Your eyes, do they see or not? Yes, they see, evident to you. Your ears hear, evident to you. That they hear is evident to you. This emotion is in my mind, evident to you. So, do you know English language? Yes, to the extent I know, evident to you. Do you know Russian language? No, that I don't know, evident to you. Do you have Badri experience, Badrinath experience? No, I don't have that experience, evident to you. Yes, I have the memory, evident to you. I've been there, evident to you. Memory is evident to you. Absence of it is evident to you. Knowledge, anything that you have is evident to you. Absence of knowledge also, like Russian ignorance, is evident to you. Therefore, ignorance is because it is evident to you. Memory is because it is evident to you. Now I am going to ask you one more question. Are you there or not, to whom all these are evident? All the stellar space, everything that is there, all those things, everything, forces are there, all these are evident to you. That you, are you evident or not? Do you exist or not? You have to say what? Yes. I exist. You have to say I exist. I exist. So this existence of I is evident to whom? Is evident to I. So existence of I is evident to I. So if existence of I is evident to I, then you understand now I is self-evident. I is self-evident. Wow. So how many things are self-evident? Only the self is self-evident. Everything else is evident to the self. Krishna goes one step further. He says, the self-evident alone is Satyam, and everything else depends upon that Satyam. Self-evident exists by itself, and everything else draws its existence from that Satyam. This is the verse which we will deal with when we come back. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.